What is happening, people? Welcome back to Batman Arkham City DLC. Tonight is a special Earth 1 Challenges. And just a kind reminder that streams do not start until they're at 40 likes. The stream was supposed to start at 6:15, but it was delayed because the likes were not up. Until 40 likes, we will not be moving past this screen. But I hope you guys are having a good day. I'm not having a great day because Link the cat almost killed me. I fell down the stairs quite a ways and banged up my back pretty good. So I wasn't able to do a lot of editing at all. So I was actually supposed to try to get the Try Not to Laugh video up because I'm already 2 days late. I usually get it up on the 31st, the end of the month, and I haven't been able to edit that. And then I was supposed to edit another Suicide Squad video for the other channel, but I couldn't do that. So live streams, again, 40 likes in order to begin. And once we hit that number, then we'll go through. That way it's easier to, once you do 40 at the beginning of the stream, then it's easier to get 60. And that's why we do the like goals, because the like goals push people to come into the stream. It sends, like, basically think of it like a smoke signal. Anything that starts below always fails. Every single time. Alright. It looks like we're at 40, so we're going to begin. We're playing as Earth 1 Batman today. We're going to be doing campaigns and some other stuff. You guys can ask me questions about anything you want Batman related. I don't mind. If I sound a little cranky again, I fell down at least, I don't know how many flights of stairs we have here, but imagine Link like in the middle of this, like kind of near the top / the middle of the stairs. It was dark. He was lying on the stairs. I stepped on his tail. He startled me, and he's a big cat, so when he darted out, it was enough pressure when I'd already been up for a very long time to just sweep me off my feet, and down I went the stairs, almost like a slip and slide, but with bumps, and no water, and no slide. And so my shoulders all kind of red and everything. It just sucks. All right, let's go. We're gonna skip this one today because I struggled with this one quite a bit. So we're gonna try this one, and these are extreme, so it's probably part of it. Okay. Ouch. Intro. Earth 1. Okay. Hello. Hi, Sweet Pea. Okay, Prison Ride Extreme. In combat, counter icons will not be displayed. That's fine.
Hi, Sammy Bear King. Hi, OHX90. Hi, Jacob Orion. Hi, Garth. Hi, Princess Emmy. Hi, JD. Hi, everyone. Oh, thank you, JD. That's very nice of you. Thank you. You're fun to hang out with too, JD. Thank you.
Yep. So, same rule applies, guys, for the Jiu-Jitsu stream tonight. I think I saw it's like at 10 likes, so at the end of the stream, we'll be pushing you guys to get the likes up on the next stream, so the migration over there is a lot easier. Also, if there's any ultimates in the chat, I wrote in the community tab, because it's the time of the month again, so you guys can pen in whatever game that you want to see. And if there's any ultimates we missed in January, apologies, but let us know in the ultimate tab as well that was written prior to the stream. Again, only VIPs can see it, but the VIP thingy is up.
You're going down.
Going down. Yes, figuratively, I did go down last night a flight of stairs. Ow. And I was hoping sleep was going to help, but...
Oh, interesting, OH. So there's still hope because Kevin Conroy's final performance as Batman will not be Suicide Squad. That it'll be Justice League Crisis and Infinite Earth Part 3.
Yeah, but I think they're lying. If I'm allowed to... There's a thing going around, I don't know if it's true or not, but I wouldn't put it past them. Some people said that he didn't actually complete all of the Suicide Squad stuff, so there may be a little bit of AI in the Suicide Squad game, like in order to finish his role. So if he does appear in the Crisis on Infinite Earths thing, which we have not got a confirmation from his publicist. Either it's going to be archived footage, like archived, because Kevin Conroy recorded a lot of audio for Batman the Animated Series and Batman the Animated Series video games. So, somewhere in a Warner vault, there is a lot of different Batman lines that Kevin has said over the years. So, they could be borrowing from that, as well as I hate to say it, it could be AI. Like, they could be doing it just to kind of, like, save face from the disrespect from the Suicide Squad. Ow. We won't know, though, because that'd be a Hollywood secret. Because, I mean, you have to remember that essentially AI was used for Val Kilmer's voice in the Top Gun movie because he couldn't talk, but it sounded like he could. You know what I mean? It was very brief, but because Val Kilmer had throat cancer, so in that Top Gun movie where his character died, when he meets with Maverick one last time, they're like, it's AI. Alex, what did you do, buddy? I can barely move my head. But it looks like you did a ton of gifted memberships. Thank you very much. I would jump up and down, but I can barely move on this couch. I am raising a lot of eyebrows, and I'm smiling, but the smile is causing me pain.
50 gifted memberships! Oh my gosh, Alex, says Sammy Bear King.
Holy cow.
Alright, 50 gifted memberships! Wow, thank you, Alex!
Ow.
Oh my... Wait, and 20 more! Oh my gosh!
Holy cow, Alex.
70 gifted memberships!
That's 70 gifted memberships. Holy cow. Where's...
Just you
Where's
guys.
the thing?
Pity.
Further, is it here? Is it? Thank you very much, Alex. You are the top donator of the day. That's I can't even do math. That's a lot of gifted memberships, buddy. That's
It's like over $300.
my gosh, Alex.
If not more. Thank you, Alex. You're breathtaking. Unbelievable.
You gonna be okay, buddy?
Alex! Oh my gosh!
Well, we're in for a good February. Thank you, Alex. You're breathtaking, buddy. Sorry, I'm a little again, if you guys are just joining, K-Wing fell down a flight of stairs last night, so that's why I haven't been around.
You're breathtaking, Alex, says Silver Sonic. Go, Alex, says Sammy.
I need to sit up.
70 in total, says John Doe. Alright, let's see. Oh, wow.
Okay. Alright, let's go.
Oh, awesome. Thank you, HM Gallbeck says, thank you for the highlighted message and for being a member for almost a year, HM Gallbeck. Hi, Luke and Amber. Luke and Amber, you guys inspired me to make my own fan fiction of Transformers and superheroes.
Cool.
Thank you for being awesome and cool. Thank you for being awesome and cool, HM Gallbeck.
That's very cool, HM Goldback. Congratulations with that.
Aw, thank you. I'm so happy that we inspired you to do that.
Oh my goodness. Oops.
And John Doe was saying earlier that that Bruce Timm confirmed that he didn't do any. Kevin Conroy
I know.
didn't do any voiceover.
So
for
there are people that are reaching out to Kevin's former publicist and manager to see if he really did record Crisis on Infinite Earths, and if he does appear in it, it might already be like, the truth might be it actually is AI, or it's archive footage, and they just don't want the public to know because James Gunn is trying to run, you know, ops to take away a lot of the heat from the Suicide Squad, because the Suicide Squad is breaking another record. So while they had an enormous record for pre-order sales, they've also broken the record for refunds. So...
For which one? Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad now has, the report that I saw, they're at like over, based on all the pre-orders that they had, in terms of refunds, it's half of the pre-order sales.
Wow.
So there are a lot of angry people. So if I was James Gunn, not to be shady or anything, but it is Hollywood, I would tell people that you know, or leak information that Kevin has one more final appearance. And if it's just a cameo, I would use AI in Crisis, because as long as people hear him again, I'm not technically lying. But again, people are reaching out to Kevin's former manager as well as the publicist and his voice director to see if he really did Crisis. But we probably won't find out, because if it is true that he did it, they're not going to tell us. And if it's not true that it's AI, they're not going to tell us, because people don't like it when AI is used post-mortiously. So, even though there are Kevin Conroy post-mortius channels where people are using his Batman voice in their videos on YouTube, and they've been doing it for a couple years now. Like, they've been using there's several AI meme channels on YouTube that are using Kevin's voice.
Alright, thank you so much for the highlighted message, Tim Reed, and for being a member for 8 months. As Luke and Amber, you're both breathtaking, wonderful. You bring a smile to each and every one of us. Kwings forever. Thank you, Tim Reed. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you for being a member for 8 months. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Tim Reed. And of course, thank you, Tim Reed, for the highlighted message. Thank you, Agent Goldman, for the highlighted message. And thank you, Alex, for the 70 gifted memberships. That's $5 per membership. That's like $350.
It's insane, Alex.
It's unbelievable, Alex.
I would jump up and down, buddy, but I can't.
Bless your heart, Alex. I don't deserve that. Thank you so much for your kindness, Alex.
It's amazing, Alex.
Thank you for your generosity, Alex.
I have no words, buddy.
Alright, let's see how many people got a gift to membership from Alex today. Oh my gosh. JD was gifted a membership from Alex. Withered Freddy was gifted a membership. Duo Baptism is gifted a membership. Ostendo Switch is gifted a membership from Alex. Batman is gifted a membership from Alex. James is gifted a membership from Alex. Kings of Arrow, Aiden, Huey, Brandon Williams all gifted a membership from Alex today. Weird Man gifted a membership. Werewolf Girl gifted a membership from Alex. Nick Galaxy gifted from Alex. CJ gifted from Alex. Darkmaster Batman 01, Leroy the Taco Cat, Rooster Jackson, Gaming Fan, and Jake Blunt gifted from Alex. Juan gifted from Alex. Zomb55 gifted from Alex. Kylie PD4JC. Slender's Asylum, Christian Jacobs, Ghost Star gifted from Alex. Huey, Nova Brands, Kai O'Brien gifted from Alex. Riley, Crazy08, Austin Lawrence, Seeker of the Matrix gifted from Alex. George Drejo gifted from Alex. Justin Kelly, Quick Draw, Fernando, Adrian, and Julia, Nintendo Lover Girl, Red Hood gifted from Alex. Daniel Philippe gifted from Alex. Princess Emmy, Judy, Garth, Garrett, Hall, and Casey gifted from Alex. Mikey Let's Plays gifted from Alex. Rogue and Gavin and Michaela and Chris Ellie and Matthew Murdoch and Jesse Mack and King Pop Rich gifted from Alex. Carolina, JR the Knight, Flamin' Hot, Holly Day, Andre Lewis, and Jake Shadows gifted from Alex. Michael Kuhn and Jack, just the Kai, Chris Frelly, Sci-Fi, Primal Dialga, Cartooning with Chris, Nope, Francisco, and Ruby Sakura, all gifted from Alex. And that's just the people that happen to be in the stream, or that happen to have their gifted stuff turned on. So who knows, if you guys haven't got your stuff turned on, you might be able to. I don't think I read out 70 names, so you guys can definitely turn your gifts on and possibly get a gifted membership from Alex.
And those are also people that are active on the channel, though.
Yeah, and also you have to be active on the channel. Yeah. So thank you guys for being active on the channel. And thank you for generosity, Alex, and so much. And thank you also for the highlighted messages today, guys. Thank you guys for each and every one of our members.
Survive for long, Batman. A simple mistake will be all it takes.
The only reason the channel's still
I'm doing this for you, Riddler.
You guys are amazing, thank you.
Oh, thank you for the super chat, Alex.
Someone get over there!
That's very kind of you, Alex.
I've got him. He's over here.
I don't think I can find the option for accepting gifts to Silver Sonic. Yeah, you're here all the time, Silver Sonic.
Find him
There's an
now.
option. Where is it?
I don't know where the option is either. I'll have to look for it. If anyone knows where it is, I don't know how to find it. Oh, it's just me.
That's one down to you,
yeah, because
Batman.
you guys are here all the time.
Enjoy the feeling. I expect it will be the last.
We have the wrongs. Does it say we're supposed to be Batman?
This is not good.
No, I messed up.
We're
Yeah.
supposed to be Earth 1.
I know. I'll change it.
It doesn't say Batman ink on.
Right. I'm gonna change the skin after.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What? I'm sure it came from over there.
Yeah, definitely.
Driving now.
You're breathtaking, Sammy Bear King. Thank you for your kind words.
Where are you?
This is my monthly donation, says Alex. That is for all the dark times you lit up just by being yourselves. I wish I could find what you and Luke have, says Alex.
Do you hear me? Wake up!
Very kind of you,
Oh,
Alex.
no.
Thank you, buddy.
You too? Oh, God.
While standing on a ledge directly above, perform maneuver to take down below you.
Well, we wouldn't have it without you guys, definitely. We have you guys, so...
Wake up! What's wrong? You too scared to show yourself?
How's he keep doing this? What's going on?
Leave him. Got more important things to be looking out for.
Alright, we got
Show
more
yourself,
gifted
chicken.
memberships!
What?
Tarks9 has gifted 5 gifted memberships!
Oh my gosh.
Unbelievable.
Oh, you wanna hide in the
5
dark?
more gifted
Good luck.
memberships. Wow!
It's not on that one. Where is he?
Alright, here we go! More gifted memberships here! Phoenix Cranium was gifted by Tarks9. Phantasma was gifted by Tarks9. Trisha gifted membership
is
by Tarks9.
really
Sun
not good
Goku
enough,
gifted by
Kwings.
Tarks9.
Batman's
Jay
finished
Johnson
with?
gifted by
I
Tarks9.
think I'm gonna have me some words with that patronizing wise-ass
Awesome!
Riddler.
Thank you so much, Tarks9. Thank you. Bless your heart. Thank you for your generosity, Tarks9.
You're not getting away from me.
Hiding in the dark, huh? You wish.
Yeah, people were asking what to rate. I don't know if I should say what people said they were gonna rate Suicide Squad in the chat, but I did read some of your comments and I agree with what you guys were saying. Sammy and other people. I would probably rate.
Oh, this is very
I really
exciting.
don't like the game,
Who will win?
so I don't know if I'm allowed. But I'd
Obviously,
probably
that will
rate
be
it 2 or
me.
3.
So, who will lose first?
I'd probably rate
you
it 2
or the rats running that maze like their lives depend
out
on
of
it?
10 because at least they put some effort into it, I guess. But
The Metacritic score, which is Metacritic is the big one.
pretty
this
bad.
This is worldwide.
Where the hell did he
After
go?
so far they're counting from actual publications around the world, because remember, Metacritic is around the world. So after 40 critics, 50% mixed reviews, 6% negative,
Oh, you want to hide
only
in the dark?
15%
Good
positive.
luck.
And the positive reviews are only 80, 70,
Not on that one. Where is
70, and then everything else is in the 70s and the 60s. So that brings the worldwide Metacritic average of Suicide Squad to 63.
all right.
So 63% worldwide is around where I thought the Suicide Squad would be. I thought it'd be around 70 or 60.
And Dolph Quick just gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Dolph Quick.
It's very kind of
Gifted
you,
one
Dolph.
membership, and
Do
now
not let
For
him
the Hunt
scare
has
you.
been gifted a
He
membership from
uses a
Dolph Quick.
simple collection
For
of
the Hunt says
theatrical
thank
tricks
you.
and pantomime effects
Yeah, welcome,
to strike
For the
terror
Hunt.
into your
Thank you for
tiny
being active
lizard
on the
brain.
game. Thank you, Dolph Quick. Thank you, Tarks9, for the gifted memberships. Thank you for the highlighted messages, HM Golbeck and Tim Reed, I think it was. And thank you, Alex, for over 70 gifted memberships and a super chat. Unbelievable, Alex. And thank you all of our members in the chat. Thank you guys so much for all you do.
You see him?
Keep the Let's Play channel on the air. Thank you guys. I'm completely blown away. Luke and I are just, I don't know what to do. Thank you so much, Alex, and everyone.
Here's the
Thank you,
plan.
guys.
We spread out, we find the son of a bitch. Got it?
What? is it? Why is it making that crazy sound?
Damn! Batman's here! It's one of his stupid toys! Oh, you want to hide in the dark? Good luck! It's not on that one. Where is he?
I mean, has anyone ever...
What?
Has anyone ever rated a game a 0 before?
No.
Because...
No one's ever rated a game a 0 before. That's too extreme.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I guess you have to rate it something. I mean, I guess effort was made, but...
Hiding in the dark, huh? You wish.
Not on that one.
Where did he...
It came from over here, I'm sure of it.
Alright, thanks for the highlighted
Over
message,
here!
BJ
I got him!
Williams.
He's over here!
No.
This way! Oh, this
So
way!
hard to do that.
got him.
Ouch. I messed up.
What's wrong?
I messed
Has your
up bad.
primitive brain given up and accepted that I, the Riddler, am better than
BJ Williams says, wow, 15 months. Thanks for an awesome 15 months of fun, entertainment, and just being gosh darn good people. A toast to Luke and Amber. A toast to BJ Williams.
Thank you, BJ Williams.
Thank you for being a member for 15 months, BJ Williams. You're breathtaking. Thank you so much. Thank you for everyone's generosity today. Unbelievable. Thank you so much, Alex and everyone. Thank you, Dolph Quick, Tarks9, and HM Golbeck, and Tim, and BJ Williams, and Alex. And thank you guys so much.
I like MA. MA is
This
like
is not
defeated by
going to be
Batman's
pretty.
greatest nemesis, the railings. The railings suck, totally.
Yeah, guys,
own
remember,
Arkham
we're
City.
kind of like out of it. He's
Anyone
been
else who wants a
super
patient, come and see
It's
me.
not super exhausted. I fell down a flight of stairs.
And he
I
fell
think
down
I'm,
a flight of
I
stairs.
think I'm doing pretty well considering.
His back is like kind of like he can't really move very well.
We're screaming. Someone get over there.
But we have to stream every day anyway, so.
There's someone stuck up here. Get over here.
Well, honey, if it's still bad, I'm gonna have to. I guess I'll have to take you
What
to
are
the
you
doctor.
doing up there? Help me. Cut me down.
He's making us look stupid. How's he
That
doing
was my
it?
Leave
surprise, says
it.
Alex.
We've got more important things to be
We
looking
were
out
very
for.
surprised,
We're not scared
Alex.
of you. Keep doing
I'm
this
just-
crap and we'll find you.
I think Luke would be like even more flabbergasted if he could even move at this point.
Yeah.
This is really not good enough, cretins.
Riddler's so damn smart. Why doesn't he
Do you
escape
think
from
they're
this?
gonna get?
Oh, dang it. I
I
messed
got
up.
him.
Do you think they're gonna make more games after how disrespectful the game Suicide Squad was to For the Hunt? Also, what happened to them? Well, it's not the same team that made Arkham Knight.
Yeah, you have to understand, guys and gals, that it's like I've seen people say things like, "Oh my gosh, Rocksteady fell off so hard," or, you know, how could they go
want
from
some?
making Arkham Knight to making
We own
Suicide
Arkham
Squad?
City.
Well, because
Screw anyone else who thinks they do.
most of the people that you guys remember who made like Arkham City, Arkham Asylum, Arkham Knight, they're not there anymore.
This room will destroy you, Batman.
They're just not
I,
there.
Edward Nigma, have constructed
that's
a
just how it
cerebral
is.
puzzle of such ingenuity that I fear you will die here. Still, don't cry. No one will miss you.
Arkham City is ours.
Yeah, we are completely blown away, Alex. Thank you, and thank you for your generosity, everyone else as well. To all of you guys, Tarks9 and Dolph Quick, and on all of your super chats and highlighted messages, and just thank you so much, you guys. Unbelievable.
This room contains the cream of what is available in this godforsaken cesspit of a prison. You ignorant buffoons should consider yourselves nearly as intelligent as a retarded monkey.
Keep
Well, yeah,
talking,
so
Riddler. But I'm done with
after
Batman.
Arkham
Coming
Knight,
for you.
like Rocksteady, they stuck around for some other things. We don't know exactly what they pitched and what happened, but the team started to shift. And then prior to the game coming out, Sefton Hill and Jamie left. And then we find out that everybody thinks, well, Sefton was involved with the story and the direction of the game.
boss wants his
Now he
place
passed the
kept
torch to
safe.
somebody else, and
No
they hired
problem.
2 new writers. The Suicide Squad, as far as I know, unless my intel is incorrect, was written by at least 2 women, and one of the women is from Sweet Baby Incorporated. She was
Oh my gosh.
yes. And also, Sweet Baby Incorporated just had a recruitment video go out that is very toxic, very anti-men, very anti-white people, and it just, I mean, it just furthers the stereotype of what I believe about Sweet Baby Incorporated anyway. So, you know, those people are the ones in charge of making the games now, unfortunately, and those people just, they don't. Here's the thing, like, Amber and I see you guys as gamers, right? You guys are gamers. A lot of people, I don't know if you've been noticing, but Ubisoft and Warner Brothers and some other Western developers are calling gamers now consumers. So they're not making games for gamers anymore with gamer mindset. They're making things for people to consume, people to rage buy, people to do a bunch of other stuff. And then with that in mind, what happens is the people who are developing the game, they're not developing it for their core audience anymore. They're trying to just make as much money as they can early on, and if the game fails, it doesn't matter. Like, they're not going to support it anyway. They're just trying to make a product that people are going to consume, like, in rapid succession, and then if it dies in 3 months or 6 months, it doesn't matter. They made their money. They're going to try again.
We just got a $100 donation from Tarks9.
Holy cow, Tarks9!
I mean, I don't know if I should do the. I mean, we already had top donation.
I mean, our top donator thing went to
For everyone today. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you so much, Tarks. I really appreciate that, man. You and Alex
Wow,
just
thank you.
wow.
Tarks9, $100 donation. Unbelievable. No.
So I mean, that's the difference. That's what's going on, unfortunately.
How come you're up
Thank
there?
you so much, Tarks9.
Cut me
Tarks9
down!
super chat says, keep up the good work.
Hold still. I'll get you out of there. That's it. We're screwed.
Yeah, that's
What the
weird.
hell are we
You're
gonna
not
do
really
now?
consuming games. You're playing them.
the
It's
hell
gonna
up.
be fun.
We need to
Right.
keep looking or we're all dead. Come on. Where are you? We're not scared of you. Keep doing this crap and we'll find you.
Oh, I could have had him, but he went red. He went red.
Priming the mine. Okay, it's done.
And this is where I'm supposed to do the feet first thing, is right here?
Even I expected more than this. Not much more, granted.
I mean,
But still, more intellectual prowess than you are currently showing.
I'll find
no
you.
matter how awful they make the character,
Why does it not work?
like, I don't know. I guess I don't want to talk about Suicide Squad too much because it's awful.
Hey, MA, why isn't it working, man? Isn't that where I'm supposed to do the feet first thing? Deanna says it's a $7 super chat. Thank you.
It's still a tremendous amount.
Yeah, red usually is pretty high, so thank you very much, from Canada.
Yep, thank you so much, Tarks9. And thank you, Alex. Thank you, everyone. Wow. February is starting off with a bang.
Ha! Ow, ow,
Sammy.
ow, ow, ow.
Well, all of that... yeah, well...
MA, you made me laugh, but I hurt my back. Why would I hate you? That's where it goes. We actually saved money for the first time in a while, which made me happy.
Yeah, I've been really good at...
This room contains the cream
I've
of what
been
is
doing
available in
my
this
part and
godforsaken
not-
cesspit of a
I've been
prison.
making tea at home every
You
day
ignorant
and
buffoons should consider yourselves nearly as
saving a
intelligent
tremendous amount of
as a
money for
retarded
business
monkey.
expenses.
Get over
And
and
that's
find
where
out
all
who's
that will
screaming.
go to business expenses to keep the channel on the air.
I've got him. He's over here.
I was just saying under my breath, I said, Luke will hate me because I'm
I
going
know
to make
what you're doing.
all that
and it
go
ain't
to
gonna
business
work.
expenses.
How did they see me? This is so irritating. This is so irritating.
You're breathtaking, Richard. Both of you are wonderful. You two did good with recommending your channel when I was looking for Batman Nintendo Switch gameplay. Awesome, Tarks9. Thank you so much.
What's wrong?
Well, I think
Has your
the
primitive
biggest
brain
thing
given
that the
up and
Suicide
accepted
Squad
that-
has going for it is it is a fun game to play. Like, if you can just turn off all the noise from the story, it is a fun game.
Oh,
I've found that in my later episodes, like episodes 8 through 15, I'm playing as Deadshot, and then I start playing as King Shark.
And we had a $5 super chat on my stream earlier from Jacob Langlet to help me out on that one. So thank you so much, Jacob, for that super chat. Really appreciate that.
Thank you, Jacob. And this is one hand and Predator. The Predator will not be able to. So okay.
You want some?
What I did was throw a smoke bomb. Okay.
I'll kill you back.
I'll remember that. Oh wait.
Well, I haven't
I chose the wrong
actually been
skin
there for all of the Suicide Squad, so I don't know.
You don't stand a chance.
I just was there for certain parts of it.
You showed up every once in a while.
Yeah, I showed up that one day where you were in a bad mood after that one weird scene.
Huh? Yeah.
I think that went up this morning, you think?
Yeah, that one went up this morning. And I was gonna have the green, or not the Green Lantern, the Lex video, or the one where, the Flash, I think is the one that's in next order. I don't remember, because, like I said, I've recorded a bunch of them.
Yeah, it's really hard to...
I'm gonna hurt you, freak.
I mean, some games... Like, I remember when, like, you were... You had a few games you had to review for companies. And, like, there was some really weird premise of the game, like, part of the story. I think it was... there were 2 games that had a weird stuff in it that you didn't like,
all of you.
but the gameplay was good. And I would say one of them was Dante's Inferno, and the other one was an Assassin's Creed game from a long time ago. And I remember you reviewing the game based on just the gameplay, and then later you mentioned something you didn't like about the story. But you didn't put it into your review because that wasn't actually part of the quality of the game.
No,
but,
we judged, my company judged the story, but I did feel very uncomfortable playing Dante's Inferno because, like, I was covering for a guy at the job I worked for because I was supposed to actually cover a different game. It was like one of the, there were 2 PS3 games that I was supposed to do, because I already had a horrible time with Final Fantasy 13 or whatever. I had to do stuff extensive. So what happened was there was a guy who I worked with at that company, and I just started working with the PlayStation team, like of reviewers, because I had a PlayStation now, so they were all happy about that or whatever. But the guy, his wife had a baby, and he had to take immediate leave, like they had an early birth or whatever.
Yeah.
So then he was supposed to be doing the Dante's Inferno, as well as the company we worked for wanted some type of article about it. I don't remember what it was. It was too long ago, but I know that I was very uncomfortable covering the game because it had nudity, it had all kinds of stuff in it. It was a pretty extreme game for its day.
Yeah.
And I had, like, a lot of moral convictions that I didn't like it. But I went through, I did my job, I did my notes. My original review that I wrote didn't actually get to be posted on the website because I did, you know, say about, like, how it contradicted Christianity, and I talked about a bunch of other stuff because it was supposed to be that famous storyline, right? So because I know Dante's Inferno, I've read the book, and it didn't follow aspects of the book, and it went and did some pretty extreme stuff, like extreme stuff for back then.
Right,
you know,
now it's like...
Now it'd be very tame, but yeah, it was pretty edgy back then. That was like, oh my god. So, you know, I wrote stuff based on my convictions, and my editor, like, didn't air half of what I wrote, as well as my video review that I made for them. They cut out, I think I made a 10-minute review, they only aired 6 minutes of it, so they ended up cutting out a section where I talked about the story, and they just kind of like did a quick synopsis of what I thought about the story. So whoever edited the final video actually did a great job, because they took all my points that I had, like, from the religious point of view,
and
they took it all out. So they only kept my synopsis about what it was. It's a game based on the famous literature, Dante's Inferno, about a man who goes into hell and tries to find his wife. And then there was like a couple other key points that they had that they took out. And I was very upset, but at the same time, you know, it was a job. Like, I was a small cog in the wheel.
Yeah.
You know, even though I was a Christian and I was working there, you know, I was just another person there. So, not everybody would be upset about the game.
Yeah.
So, you know,
just happen to know, like, when something's inaccurate since you're aware of.
Right. So, but, I mean, today, that kind of stuff would probably get me fired because, you know,
but
it wouldn't follow the narrative. But
yeah.
my boss was really cool. The editor was really cool. I had no nasty email about how dare you write about this stuff. They didn't make fun of anything I said.
They respected that you had a different belief from them.
And the guy who, you know, his wife had the baby and stuff, he came back. He appreciated me covering for him, and, you know, I wasn't at that company long enough for him to return the favor, but I do remember there was a game I really wanted to cover that because he was the senior, you know, reporter.
Yeah.
There was a game I really wanted to cover, and then I got to cover it based on, you know, covering for him, but I was supposed to get some other cool stuff with him, like we were going to do a radio thing, or we were going to do something together when we ended up going to E3, but he wasn't there. But he was one of the nicest editors I've ever worked with.
But the only reason I brought that up was because thinking about the Suicide Squad, like stuff like Dante's Inferno and Assassin's Creed, they have some weird stuff in their story that sometimes made me feel uncomfortable, but you could just forget about that and still have fun playing the game. They didn't shove it in your face 24/7. So with something like the Suicide Squad, you can't really separate the story from the game or the narrative from the game because it's just shoved in your face the whole time.
Yeah.
So that, I mean, like there were edgy games that had weird narratives, like in Assassin's Creed, like some of the weird stuff that people had a problem with, like Adam and Eve on a spaceship and all this stuff, and like they didn't really talk about that till the end of the game. Mostly you were playing, you know, as your character that you were playing as.
Yeah.
And
they didn't get into that too much.
Yeah, but in the Suicide Squad, their personal beliefs that they're shoving in your face are shoved in your face 24/7.
Yeah.
Completely ruining the game experience. You can't even turn their voices off.
No.
So yeah, that's kind of what kind of ruins the Suicide Squad for me.
But I mean, I will tell people this if they've been undecided about the Suicide Squad. If you actually play with a character that's not Harley Quinn, you don't have to worry about pretty much anything, because Harley Quinn is used as the entry point for the writers because the writers are female. So they use Harley Quinn as that character to kind of interject themselves into the story. Deadshot, the only thing he does that might annoy you is he talks about the fake Deadshot from time to time. Because they're, you know, trying to fill in events that never happened.
At least he's talking about something in the game.
Yeah, he talks about stuff about the game. There is I didn't do them because I didn't feel like doing the side missions, but there is a Harley Quinn and Ivy side mission where you can tell that in the cutscene for the Suicide Squad that scene was written by Sweet Baby Incorporated, because the cutscene with Harley, like later on when you're doing like Ivy side missions, like she refers to Ivy as her best friend. So you have two different opinions for the same character that are being, you know, shared by two different authors. So you have one author that's crazy from Sweet Baby, and then you have the Rocksteady author that's trying to kind of go with what's already been established, but it's still weird. So you have two conflicting points. So I didn't even bother with the side mission. I'm not doing a full walkthrough because, I mean, the game, I've made 15 episodes. I'm looking at the drop-off point. Like, there was a video today that, you know, had some controversy stuff in it. You would think that would get more views and stuff like that. But the thing is, like, it didn't. So it's like, I'm even watching the drop-off of other YouTubers. Like, the Suicide Squad, this is a problem when you get early access to stuff. So the game peaked at around the 29th, right? And then it had, like, kind of a leveling off period on the 30th. And the 31st, it started to go down for everybody. Then February 1st happened, so then you have to lower, like, another several 100,000 views of people watching. And now we're, like, at February 2nd and 3rd, and most people releasing their 4th or 5th episode, instead of getting 100,000 views, they're getting 20. So instead of me getting 10,000 views for my new episode of the Suicide Squad, I got 2,000. So that means tomorrow is probably going to stay around 2,000 or might go to 3. But the aspect of that game climbing up in views after February 2nd or 3rd, that's not happening.
I mean, the difference is, like, when we played Gotham Knights, we played that for a year. We played as every character, and we kept the content going, and people were having fun.
No, 3 months, baby.
I thought we played that up to a year later.
No. Our coverage began. The game came out in October, right? So we did the series on the 01 channel was solo with me. That was my first series. Then on release day, because I got the game 2 days early, remember? So I got, from our Lucius Fox guy, I got the game 2 days early. So I did the entire series. I recorded it in almost one night. Which is a stark contrast to the Suicide Squad because of the server issues. I have not been able to dedicate the time that I set aside to do something. Because most games I can get through in about 6 to 8 hours. I'm done.
Yeah,
boom, boom,
that
boom.
was the difference.
So I've had to, even though I've got 15 episodes of the Suicide Squad, I'm still not done yet. Like, I'm almost done. I feel like I'm almost done. You know, taking down Flash, Green Lantern, and I'm doing the Batman section now. I think we're going to the Batcave, but I don't remember. I have to see where I'm recording next. Because I haven't recorded since February, or January 31st was the last day I recorded.
Yeah.
Because I skipped a day, and then I skipped last night, obviously, because I fell down. So technically I've skipped like a full night. Where was I going with this? I was going somewhere and I completely...
Yeah, so it's not able to record it all in one day like you did with
Gotham Knights, when you and I did our series... live, like that was day one. That was day one, or it might even have been like a day early. I think we did it one day early, our first live stream. But so that went, our episodes went all the way through the month of October together, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened was, after that,
There's someone stuck up here. Get over here.
Let's see, is this really gonna work?
The only problem we had with Gotham Knights was the fact that we couldn't get the two Xboxes to connect. That was the only problem.
Ah! No, give it to me! Give it to me! It did give it to me, but I'm still gonna die! Ah! Okay, so the smoke bombs do work. So yeah, Gotham Knights went all the way through the first month as a solo series and as our whatever.
Yeah, we were doing it at the same time.
Doing it at the same time. So at the end of our thing, we decided to do New Game Plus in either November or December. So we did New Game Plus as Red Hood and Jason. Then I had another series going up on the 01 channel where I was doing New Game Plus. And I stretched that all the way until I think December or early, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure that Gotham Knights for us ran from release day until January of 2023. Plus, we did some weird DLC that they did. So technically, we stretched the game until at least February.
Did those weird. We played with a bunch of people here in the community. Well, a few people. People were, especially one person had bought the game, the collector's edition, for $300 and was really disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were playing with him and a few other people, like all the multiplayer online.
Yeah, we did a series. You're right. We did a series where we played online with people a little bit.
We did the multiplayer. We did like 50 levels of multiplayer. 50. Like, there was a huge
You want some?
warehouse, and we had to get through all the bad guys. We went like 50
Arkham
levels,
City.
I thought.
Screw anyone else who thinks they do.
We played that for like many streams, multiplayer. And it got harder and harder, and they were carrying us.
Yeah, oh, they were carrying us.
Someone get over there!
I know that.
Twin and some other people.
Someone stuck up here! Get over here! What happened to you? How come you're up there? Get me down!
I probably
please.
wouldn't play it, Miss Deanna, but I think Luke likes that game, Nier Automata or something.
Nier? There was an Ultimate who actually did that series
Yeah,
for us.
Luke seemed to like it, Deanna, but I have different tastes in games than Luke.
Unfortunately, that Ultimate went to another channel, so I mean, he doesn't watch us anymore, but he was sponsoring that, and I did.
Are you feeling the pressure?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
What the hell?
I didn't know that he didn't watch anymore.
I mean, he might do some other stuff. The smoke's gonna clear and I'm gonna get shot!
Smoke from?
Ouch! Oh, for crying out loud!
Over here, I got him. He's over here.
I know who sponsored that,
Yeah.
I think.
I mean, I talk to him from time to time, but I don't think he's on the channel very much, because...
He likes anime games.
He likes anime games. He might have been lurking for
Stay calm.
Jiu-Jitsu,
We
but
need
I
to
don't
keep it
know.
together
I
and
saw
find
Leroy
If we
on
lose it,
Jiu-Jitsu
we're as
as
good
well.
as dead. Understand?
Okay, so now we're in a good place. Okay.
I do not
yeah,
pay
we
you
heard
to
about
get
Kevin
nervous.
and his possible
I pay
last
you to
role.
provide a small
Yeah,
distraction
Kevin's
to a
last
man
role
who-
is Crisis on
no
Infinite
challenge
Earth
to
Part
me.
3. Either
He's
it's
so far
archived
beyond what your
audio,
friends
or
can
he did
understand,
record it before his
and
death.
is very likely to break a large number of bones in your bodies.
How come Riddler thinks he's so clever? It's not like he doesn't keep getting his ass kicked by Batman.
Oh,
He
wow. Jean-Paul and I love the philosopher
set.
Pascal.
Right
I've
over
read
here.
The Pensees by Pascal. I really like him. He's a really good, he has really
Have you
good,
found him?
I feel that he has a really good outlook on life, actually. I really like Pascal a lot. Blaise Pascal. He was...
Mine in
His
position.
father, he
Fighting
was a
now.
mathematician. His father was the official mathematician
Mine in
to
position.
the
Priming
French
now.
king, I think. He was actually inventor of the first adding machine. Before there was a calculator,
I've got
there was
someone
this
here.
thing called an adding machine where you could
This ain't right.
type on it and
Someone
somehow it would add
screwed with
numbers
us
up. Pretty interesting. He also discovered, not only was he a philosopher and a mathematician, he was a scientist. He discovered that an area can be a vacuum
Spread out.
with
We
no
find us.
matter in it
Got it?
whatsoever. And then he had to argue with religious people about that because they said that all matter is good. So if you found a
Batman's back.
vacuum which has no matter in it, then that would be evil. So he had to argue with them about that to explain that no, there is such thing
ain't
as
getting
a
away from
vacuum
me.
and no air in it.
Grenade!
So that was interesting.
Stay calm. We need to keep it together and find it. If we lose it, we're as good as...
Welcome to Club Hostage.
Let's see if we took a hostage. How many guys are left now? You guys see anybody else, like, straggling around? Or is it just the dude with the hostage?
Oh, God. Everyone, get your asses over here now!
Where is... Oh, there he is. Now, he can't see me all the way over there, I don't think. Alright, so we're in better shape now.
Having no matter does sound pretty evil,
Or
says
this one
Scotland.
dies.
I mean, that's what they were arguing about back then, and I
There
don't
are
know.
plenty
it's the
more
60s,
fools where that
1600s,
came from.
1700s. That was what the kind of things they would argue about.
You need to be very careful with those bombs. Alright, I'm gonna glide over that, because I don't want to mess up. I hit the wall and then I messed up.
Oh, this is very exciting. Who will win?
Yeah.
Obviously, that will be me. So, who
I mean-
will lose first? You or the rats running
There we
that
go.
maze like their
Alright,
lives
so that was a little
depend on
sloppy,
it?
but we took care of it. So yeah, unless I hear from an ultimate, guys, we'll have to vote on what type of stream you want tonight for the 11 o'clock thing.
Yeah, the way that they said that the dead shot wasn't the real one. Yeah, definitely for the hunt. Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of lazy and weird stuff they did in the game. I mean, a lot of the game was just...
I think, Silver Surge, it has to do with, like, the Hulk game, while it's really fun, for whatever reason, our equipment, there are some GameCube games that just don't record well. And since YouTubers don't share experiences of how to fix things, like, everybody's kind of off on their own. Like, some GameCube games that I've found, everything from 2003 until the end of the GameCube's life cycle works fine. Anything before that, and even like very early 2003, there was some type of either FMV technology or there's something that ends up messing up the in-game stuff. And what happens is, you've seen it. When we did X-Men Legends, there was like this weird, like, kind of like speed trail that you would see with the characters, as well as, like, no matter what we did, we could not get our audio to integrate with it. Like, it would always be like 30 seconds ahead or 30 seconds behind, and it was very upsetting because there was an ultimate that really wanted us to play X-Men Legends, but the quality of the video was terrible because when you would watch it back, it wasn't in sync. Not only that, but because of like the problems with recording that game, the speed trails and stuff like that, which might have even ended up messing up the audio to begin with, I'm not really sure. But I'm pretty sure that Hulk's Ultimate Destruction follows that type of thing. Either it has like some weird FMV technology, it has a ratio issue that is just not compatible with HD equipment. I'm upset that back in the day when we had the HD PVR Hopage, which we don't have anymore, I have no idea where it is, nor do I have the recording software to use it, and it probably isn't even compatible with the equipment that we have, because, you know, Windows tends to mess up older capture equipment. But the game, like, most likely probably won't run. And back then, when we did Justice League Heroes, because I've tried to do Justice League Heroes again, it won't work. It has that weird X-Men Legends thing to it. And I don't have a DVD recorder, and I don't have any of the older technology we use to do that. So it was a missed opportunity not to do that Hulk game, because if you can find it, that's a fantastic superhero game. It's really fun.
Yeah.
You want some?
Harvey Dent looked like Lando went from looking like Lando Calrissian to Kay from Men in Black in the same film continuity. So Rocksteady could have just changed Deadshot's appearance completely and that just had no comment.
No, here's something they could have done.
I guess they could have done that.
I can explain how you make Deadshot cool in the Suicide Squad. He really is Floyd, but he's not Floyd from our universe. Like, since it is spoilers, but I'll talk about it. In the Suicide Squad game, multiple times, and in the post-game, you will be going throughout the Elseworlds, right? And Floyd is very upset because he's been in jail for 5, 6, 10, who knows how many years. He was put into jail and apprehended by Green Lantern. Green Lantern has an ability to be able to travel through dimensions because of his power ring. So what if, by accident, he ended up in another dimension and he stopped Floyd and then brought him back to our Earth because he couldn't find out where Floyd belongs. So Floyd has been in like a maximum security, like super prison, where no one knows who he is, and he recognizes people because in his world, you know, he is Deadshot.
Yeah.
He's always been Deadshot.
Yeah, in the multiverse world, you could have everything the same, but one thing changed.
Exactly.
So you could recognize King Shark, and other people could have been in your Earth too.
Exactly. Like, he was familiar with people and he knows their names. That's what they could have done, as well as it would have created a whole new animosity between him and Green Lantern, instead of him just being, you know, thrown in jail. Imagine if you were not just thrown in jail, but you're not even on your Earth. You're not even in your... There's no way that you'll ever be able to get back to where your daughter is. Because, like, the only way that you can go back is through Green Lantern, and he has no idea how he even brought you over. It was a fluke. So your entire life, you're trapped in a place that's not your own. It appears to be where you live.
He could be mad at Green Lantern because he ripped him away from his Earth on accident.
Exactly. And it could have been like a secret that only Amanda Waller and maybe Green Lantern knew about. So, like, for everybody else, it's weird that, hey, where's the original Deadshot?
Yeah,
who
Amanda
are you?
Waller knows everything.
And then you could have just had the original Deadshot killed during the invasion. Like, you didn't have to go through all this, like, weird nonsense that they go through. And that would have added substance to his character, as well as it would have made it a more interesting thing. Like, wouldn't you be more sympathetic to a character that has been ripped away from not just his home, but his universe?
That would have put a really interesting spin on it. I feel like that would have been a cooler backstory, to be completely honest. I heard K-Wing in a video say, oh, John was like, yeah, I agree with that, Luke. Deadshot in the game should have been Elseworlds. Yeah, I agree. Daniel says, I heard Luke say in a game Harley has a different walk. Yeah, actually, really interesting, Daniel. And there is a Mission Impossible movie. Actually, I think it's the Mission Impossible movie, either the last one or the one before that. The first one was, I think it's the one where they go to, darn it, Vienna, Austria. And I really like that one because I love opera. But anyways, I can't remember which one that was, but in that Mission Impossible movie, they talk about how they actually have to go through like many different identification things to make sure it's the correct person before they give them these secret access codes. And they actually force the person to go on this long hallway and they analyze their walk. And if their walk isn't correct, then they know that that person is probably wearing a mask or got plastic surgery to look like the person, and they literally instantly kill them if their walk isn't correct. Because apparently they were talking about in the movie that if the way you walk, the way you move your legs, everything, the way you're standing, is literally your own thumbprint. And they were talking about that is literally another unique thumbprint about yourself.
Yeah, well, actually, that's a law enforcement thing. Once we've had security cameras installed in banks and things like that because robbers wear masks, or at least they used to. One of the ways they would identify people in the 80s and 90s is based on how, because, you know, the thug has like a mask over their face. Like, how are you going to identify things like their eyes and all that other stuff? And we didn't have the technology to zoom in like we can now,
right,
to like actually look at a person's eye and ID them that way. So what the police and other people had to do and incorporate is they would actually watch how the suspect would walk, and they'd get him on surveillance. And then, you know, when you see that person, you know, when they get away with it and they're just walking down the street, they're able to identify you because that's another type of mannerism that your body does, as well as like body language. If you talk with your hands, if you like,
yeah, like
certain ways,
how you swing your arms when you're walking, and
yep,
how you,
movement of your arms,
how straight your back is, everything.
The placement of your heel, if you walk with your heel first, or if you walk with like your toes. There are some people that walk on their toes.
Yeah.
There's some people that walk on the back of their heel. They can identify all this stuff. So what I was doing was, I was showing people that Harley Quinn's walk in the Arkham universe was completely different than Harley Quinn, how she walks in the Suicide Squad. In the Suicide Squad, I'm not dismissing that it's not Harley Quinn. It is a Harley Quinn, but we already know that the people who did the Suicide Squad did not research it. What they are incorporating for Harley is elements of the Harley Quinn R-rated show, which is probably the only thing that they watched, as well as like the more recent Harley Quinn comics.
Oh wow!
Because they continue to punch down on Harley Quinn's time in Arkham. Like, anytime it gets brought up, like, briefly and glossed over, like, Harley continues to be dismissive of it, and she doesn't want to talk about it, and she just, like, her entire past, outside of stuff, like, with her friendship with Ivy or whatever, that's it. And they had this ample opportunity to really expand her character and have her, when she has her quiet little moments and she's alone from the rest of the squad, because when they're by themselves, they tend to talk.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
They could have, like, gone into a lot of stuff, like, maybe Harley took up a hobby, like, when she was in prison, or she started reading books, or whatever. She doesn't talk about any of that stuff. She talks about whatever the author's feelings are every once in a while. But when you're with the squad and you're hanging out with a group of people, Harley doesn't talk. Like, she just talks with the squad, which is actually better for the player. There's no stuff about capitalism or toxic masculinity or any of that nonsense. And there are places that you can avoid some of that stuff. Unfortunately, there's bios for all the characters that were written by Sweet Baby Incorporated.
Oh my God.
And everybody but Wonder Woman's bio is just utter trash. They literally use buzzwords like toxic masculinity. They talk about utopia being only women's society and all kinds of stuff. All the crazy SJW talking points are in every single one of the bios. And it's upsetting.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to understand that's how these people are. They're narcissists. They have to do that. They have no other way of communicating without, like, basically insulting people. It's just how they are. Whereas, you know, Batman's bios in the Arkham games, like, he would profile people based on what they did. He wouldn't talk about...
he wouldn't talk about how toxic they are. He would just talk about...
He talks about the crimes they committed and if they're dangerous and what their weapons are and things like that.
Yeah, like, why would you be talking about their personality? You know, that's not really professional. Like, if you're trying to make, like, a professional bio of them, like, it would be, like, the history of the things that they did.
Right. So, I mean, I think that's what people were expecting of the bios, but I guess Sweet Baby thought that people wouldn't actually go and read those things. So
Everyone
I actually
read them in Arkham.
in one of my videos, I think it's like my 13th video, I actually look at the bios by accident, and then I read them out. So, I mean, if people are waiting for my reaction, it's on episode 13, so it's a while.
Yeah. I mean, it was interesting because in this episode of the... In this, thing of the oh my gosh, what is it called? Mission Impossible. Like literally, I think it was Benji of that team. He had to wear the mask, and then he had to literally spend hours a day. That was his entire job, learning to walk like that person. And if he got it wrong, he would be killed. Because like that was his security. Because he had to mimic every movement and watch the guy walk back and forth and mimic his walk.
Yeah.
And get it perfectly.
So I mean, you know, that kind of stuff. Like I've researched. So, and the fact that the thing is, I'm not that smart, and the fact that I can easily piece this stuff together. Like if I was the not consultant, but if I was like the continuity person in video games, which are supposed to be a continuity department, especially if you're doing like a Assassin's Creed has it. All these other games that usually have like the Uncharted people, they had one person's job, whether it was a girl or guy, was to make connections between the games when the story was being done. Like you would go and you would talk to them and be like, well, no, you're remembering it wrong. This is actually how it happened, and this is how he got shot, and is so they would. That's why the Uncharted games were like in the lore department. They were pretty good. They were pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Because just like in movies, you have somebody whose job is to make sure the continuity stays with what happens with each edited shot. Like, Batman's hair needs to look like this. This is a gadget that he used in this scene for the flashback. This is how Superman posed for this flashback. So you need to make sure and make sure it matches. That's what Zack Snyder did.
But even, like, you and I, like, we've moved from state to state, and we've had a lot of different things happen in our life. Like, you've been a professional, you've like worked for a lot of game reviewing companies, and we used to go out a lot and actually do a lot of interviews with game developers, and now we are mainly at home a lot more, and we're in a completely different state. There's been a lot of changes in our life.
This is not
and like I used to be in culinary, and I used to be doing a lot more singing before, and now I'm not. Like, there's a lot of changes. We moved to a different states, our accents have changed. But if you actually look back from our first video, like, of Skylanders, I noticed a lot of our humor and a lot of our mannerisms is exactly the same. So it's like people will change, but they will still have that fingerprint of their mannerisms. Like, there are some things about you that will never go away. Like, no matter how much you try to change it. Like, when you're talking about Harley and stuff. Like, she could change to a degree, but she would have a remnant of her old personality. Like, they should have tied something from her old personality back.
Yeah.
I personally find it odd that they're trying to make it like everyone standing up for it is saying, well, she didn't like that because she was wearing that when she was with Joker. But you realize she wore really nice outfits when she was Harleen. She was always feminine when she was Harleen, so that was before she knew Joker. So actually that's not part of her personality with Joker. She always dressed nice.
Yeah, but you have to, again, you have to understand that the ladies who wrote the Suicide Squad didn't do their homework. I hate to be that guy, but it's very obvious the people that wrote the game did not pay attention, nor do they care about the Arkham games except punching down, making fun of Harley Quinn's costume. When Harley is in the museum, her making fun of, like, events of the Arkham. Like, I mean, they're already disrespecting what came before it. So what they should have done, which I know they weren't going to because, they knew the game wasn't going to sell because Arkham fans want an Arkham thing. What they should have done is they should have made it either like a branched Elseworlds, kind of like the Suicide Squad anime that takes cues from the Arkham games, but it's not connected, and have it be kind of like an homage, but its own thing. That way, immediately what you do is you completely take all the criticism away from the hardcore fans, and then people no longer have any argument to stand on. Like, if I was in charge of something, and I'm given the option to continue the Arkhamverse, and I don't really want to, and I want to make the Suicide Squad game, and I want to do everything, like, very shocking and drastic, and, really shake the game industry for, like, just really shock and awe content, I would want it to be my own sandbox. I wouldn't want it to have any relatable characters, because then I'm going to run into opposition from YouTubers and all these other people that are going to make tons of videos, like, making fun of my product as well as when it comes out. I don't want to give them a leg to stand on. So if I actually make something that's completely unique and different, and I don't connect it, then they have to judge it based on the world that I created.
Yeah.
And I can pull in new fans, especially if the gameplay is good. The gameplay was good. It's the story, because they like very sloppily tried to connect it to something that people really love for 15 years. That's when they lost sight of what, you know, they were supposed to do. And they could have actually made it work if they got a talented writer. But the problem is they don't hire talented writers anymore. They hire these very angry feminist women, just like that Sweet Baby Incorporated recruitment video that came out, where they're punching down on men, saying men lack creativity, men lack imagination, men don't like these changes of established franchises. They said everything that I've said about Sweet Baby and these crazy SJWs is now gospel because it came out of their mouths. Everything that I've been profiling these people for 3 or 4 years is true. That is actually what they believe. That is their mantra. That is their agenda. It's right there. If people still choose to disbelieve it, that's on them, because just like Ace Attorney, I have evidence. I have evidence that I can pull out of my pocket and present it as new evidence. And even if I can't convince them, that's what it is. Like, literally, they were caught with their hands in the cookie jar, and they are running. They have blocked all their social media. They've done all this other stuff, and they are trying to hide from the truth. When the truth literally came out, it was leaked.
Yeah. I mean, to base your whole personality on hating, like,
This is a test to determine the smartest cretin in the room.
half
Whoever
of
outsmarts the
humanity
Batman
is
will
just,
move to the
like,
top
kind of
of the
ridiculous.
class.
Like, wouldn't you
All
just...
units. Batman is the...
I mean, say you really didn't like, you know, certain, you know, say those feminists didn't really like men. Wouldn't they just move on with their life and not, like, why would you spend your whole life hating the opposite sex? It doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you, your entire life is just talking about how much you don't like somebody? It's just so stupid. Why wouldn't you just move on? Like,
Target spotted above us at my location.
I messed up.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
It's just, like, so unproductive. Like, your entire being is just based on pushing other people down.
yeah, it's just
It's really
the
messed
thing
up.
is, like, this is why I like Japanese people, like Japanese creators and stuff like that. When they make games, look, let's use Tekken 8 as an example. Tekken 8 is a perfect example of this, because in Tekken 8 you have both male and female characters, and they're given respect in their storyline. In the Suicide Squad, not only are you making fun of the Aussie guy, like they call him homeless, they make fun of the Australian guy. The entire game is punching down on Australian people.
Yeah,
Because
he's
the game was made in Canada and it was made in America. So the butt of the jokes is all the Canadian thing. Then they make the shark character, who's male, they make him dumb. But he's like a lovable idiot, you know? But they bully him and stuff like that. That's why people have hashtag, I don't know if you've seen hashtag King Shark, free King Shark. It's because in the storyline, there are parts of the story where it looks like the other characters are bullying King Shark. Almost like, you know, he's got like this sweet, innocent thing, but he's, you know, he eats people. And then Harley Quinn has no flaws whatsoever. She's a character, she and Wonder Woman have no flaws. They are perfect. Completely, even though Harley Quinn says some pretty disturbing things that, you know, are borderline, like, illegal and, like, criminal, she's still considered a flawless character. Amanda Waller, too, is also portrayed as a character that doesn't have flaws. Even though you and I can see flaws. The people writing those characters are strong, independent women that punch down on men. And the more you play the Suicide Squad game, Harley Quinn is very abrasive to her team. And at one point, it looks like Floyd is a character that's completely normal, and he's a good leader and all this other stuff. And then randomly, when Wonder Woman tosses them inside of like a shipping container, they give Lloyd a fear of tight spaces. Like, Floyd is claustrophobic, so he starts freaking out and acts like a little kid inside of there, which I'm not knocking his fear,
weird.
but they don't do the same thing to Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn fears nothing. Harley Quinn has no chinks in her armor whatsoever, because the women writing the game cannot portray women that way. Like, they always have to make men look bad. So in the Tekken game, men and women are both equal in the storyline, and they both contribute to both Jin's storyline and Kazuya. Like, they're not... It's like you can really see equal representation in the story. The story is all about Jin getting revenge on his father, but every character he meets has like something that they do important to the story regardless of their gender. And it further adds to the greater arc in that even at the very end when Jin confronts his father, like in that final battle, which was epic, it was a beautiful cinematic like piece that also had like QuickTime events as well as just amazing cinematography. Like where father and son are battling with tornadoes and a raging storm. Jin is remembering every single character he came across in his journey to face his father one last time. Mm-hmm. And his girlfriend is there in his memories. All this other stuff. Like, everybody is pushing him forward. The reason why he can get up and keep fighting is because basically he's fighting for the good of the world. Whereas Kazuya does everything. Kazuya's alone. Kazuya is an island. He is isolated. He is angry. He was hurt. He was abused. He takes all this rage and he's trying to destroy the world. And then you have another person who also went through terrible abuse from his father, and he is going up against everything he knows, but he's trying to be the world's savior. And that's what makes things interesting. And then his mother also appears to him and gives him superpowers. It gives him the power to turn into an angel, you know, when he's a devil. So, I mean, every character in that game, regardless if they are a girl or boy, they have an importance, they have a significance to the story. In the Suicide Squad, the only characters that actually have any type of like character development over the course of the story that I've seen after, you know, my 13 or 14 episodes recorded is Harley Quinn, is Amanda Waller, and is Wonder Woman.
All units.
That's it.
Is the target.
All the men characters are basically just like they're the jokes of the game. Even like when Ivy and Hack call people, like they're, you know, very confident and cool. When Penguin and Gizmo contact people, Penguin, especially in this game, is comic relief. The same Penguin who threw people into aquariums for fun with sharks and piranhas is like a funny grandpa in this game. Like, he calls and he banters with Gizmo and all this other stuff. It's just stupid dialogue, but it's a complete character, like, change completely from the murderous, kind of scary character we had in the Arkham games.
No.
But, I mean, it's the truth. Like, he acts like he's, especially with Ivy, he acts like a fun grandpa. You know, you would never think that this man, like, tossed people into aquariums with piranhas for fun, or, you know, if somebody disobeyed him, shoot him in the face. Like, you can't picture that because this Penguin is almost, like, completely different than the Penguins we saw before. He's actually kind of funny. And we never got that with Penguin. Ever.
Yeah, well, obviously, I mean, I don't know if obviously the game has a problem with strong male characters, whether they're heroes or strong villains that are males. They have a problem with it. So...
Well, no, it's not that the SJW writers don't know how to write men. They see men as, like, characters that they have to...
Please don't think that
in order to build up their female heroes, they have to punch down on the male characters. They can't, like, make men and women be equal or men and women be strong.
But that's prejudiced against men.
Of course it is. But now, I mean, they're going to have to change their whole mantra because their recruitment videos leaked.
I mean, that's the very definition of, like, you know, like...
This is really not good enough,
and,
cretins.
you know, like, your...
All units. Batman is the target.
I mean, it's just, and
yeah, exactly. There's one line in the Suicide Squad. Every male character is masking insecurities. And also, I wasn't paying attention to the Hack character, but even though Batman's evil, like, Hack makes fun of, like, things that Batman used to do. Like, when you're tracking Poison Ivy, if you listen very carefully, Hack, the female, like, cyber hacker, you know, AR thing, she's talking about how it's very disturbing that Batman would have, like, the ability to track villains and stuff like that, and says something about boundaries and all this other stuff, and then Harley is the only one to really reply, and she jumps in on, like, basically the bashing of Batman's character. And again, he's a villain in the game, but they're going back to when he was a good guy, and they're, you know, punching down on him, like, kind of ganging up on him.
They're basically trying to say that because he was a strong alpha male character in the Batman Arkham universe, they're saying that being a strong male ultimately leads to being a villain and being killed by a woman.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, they didn't really need to kill Batman, though. There comes a, like...
Yeah,
I've heard of that. There's a point where you capture Batman in the story, which I haven't gotten to, and then afterwards, they're using Batman as bait to lure out Superman, and he's already defeated. Like, he can't really do anything. He's basically, I wouldn't say paralyzed, but he's been beaten really bad. Like, you know, it's going to take him a long time to recover. And then they kill him. Like, he's kind of like completely defenseless, almost like a Bane Nightfall situation. Although, you know, he probably could have still resisted, but I guess he just didn't feel like it, or, you know. But I really believe that when they were filming the game, I don't think that Kevin actually got to finish all his lines, because there's one part where you go into the Batcave that I've seen, and the Suicide Squad is completely disrespectful to Arkham Batman. He's actually explaining, like, the Tower of Babel situation, like how to defeat the Justice League. And Harley and Captain Boomerang are, like, skipping through his dialogue. Like, he leaves a hologram for remaining heroes and gives step-by-step instructions with how to defeat the Justice League. So then they go and they fast-forward him. I really believe the reason why they did that, not just because it's disrespectful, but I think Kevin died before he could finish stuff. So they had to basically skip through dialogue and make it, like, appear as a part of the story, but I don't think he was alive anymore to record stuff. That's what I believe. So when people are making fun of that sequence, I think it has to do with, like, he was already gone.
I think there are several ways to try to make people appear weak. Number one is give them fear, so they did that to Floyd. Number two is make them seem like a social or weird kind of deviant or have immorality. So, like, morally degraded. So, like, that's why they made Captain Boomerang, like, always... You know.
Well, Captain Boomerang does the potty jokes.
Yeah, exactly. So they're trying to morally degrade him. So they're trying to push him down by that way in the dialogue. They're trying to give Floyd more fears, so that they're trying to degrade his character that way. So they have different ways of basically chopping up the male characters in different ways of trying to push them down.
Mm-hmm.
Either make them appear as moral deviants, like they don't have any self-control, or they're potty humor. Number two, make them feel like an idiot, so they do that to King Shark. Number three, try to give them fears, like they're weak. And then ultimately, four, like you would probably just give them lack of authority, so you would have a female over them, or give them no absolute authority at all over anything. They're always being told what to do. So they basically tear down the male characters in every possible way that you could think of. So they're basically dehumanizing the male characters.
Right, but they don't see it that way because they feel, these writers feel like they're in a society that's, like, ruled by men, and the only way they can fight back is when they're put in positions of power. Instead of writing a good story, they have to write a story that belittles and makes fun of men.
I will say, though, like, that the constant punching down from Harley...
Mm-hmm.
Which is actually a character flaw. It shows that you're not a very good person because you're constantly criticizing others, because a good leader would lift people up and say the good things that is happening in your team and actually inspire your team to do better and give, you know, a nice speech explaining how your team is working well together, which she doesn't do. So that's a character flaw that she would punch down her own team. Amanda Waller has a character flaw in which she has lack of self-control.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a character flaw right there.
She does have lack of self-control. I haven't seen any scenes with Wonder Woman, so I don't know what her character flaws are. But fashion is one of them, I would say. But, so it really doesn't. I mean, the women do have character flaws. I have found a lot of angry feminist women in real life. I've noticed that they always, and like you said, and I've even watched a lot of videos on people that are narcissistic or whatever, and that is something that people say, like actually psychologists say about narcissists, is they actually always push people down, and then randomly they have these big blow-ups and make it all about them, and then they say that they just blew up because they were under stress, like it was completely understandable, instead of saying, I'm sorry, like, that's my character flaw, and I shouldn't have blown up on you because I should have been able to handle my stress more, because a sane person would be able to handle their stress levels and be able to
have self-control. Instead, they say, well, this is because I was under stress, because I'm such an important person, and because everyone else under me is so important, and I'm dealing with so much more because I have so much more authority. So it makes sense why I would completely blow up and act like, crazy or throw something. But in reality, it's actually your own responsibility to deal with your own stress levels. You should be the one that knows when to take a day off or knows when you need to take a break. And it's not anyone else's responsibility to deal with your stress levels than yourself.
For me, the most human character in the Suicide Squad is actually Commander Flag. Like, he is a character that I don't generally like, because he's always kind of that at least the portrayal we've seen outside of the Suicide Squad movies. He was a character that more or less was not very trusting of the Justice League. He usually appears much older in the DC universe, like the animated universe. And he was that lackey of Amanda Waller's that was kind of hanging out and very, I don't like I don't like the Justice League, I don't like this, I don't like that. Amanda Waller's like, well, we're using them for a reason. Like, we're doing stuff with them for... Oh, crap. He just happened to turn red. Crap. Sorry. I'm in trouble. He is that voice of reason. She's very mean to Ivy, who has a bomb inside of her head as a little kid. He's very compassionate. He's very kind.
Yeah.
All these things. And he's kind of like, I wouldn't say... He's the most level-headed of the group. He doesn't like them. He doesn't like the Suicide Squad. He wishes they didn't have to be used, to actually employ them. Like, I don't care. I don't know if he would care if they died or something, but, like, his reaction to all of this, he's very sarcastic. He's very, just kind of... What's the word I'm looking for? He approaches the situations with humor, but also he commands his men with respect, as well as, like, he is a very down-to-earth character where everything I've seen with Amanda Waller, there's going to be multiple indications or aspects of, like, where she throws, like, random tantrums or she just starts, like, yelling people for no reason. And the Amanda Waller that I remember, she could threaten people, like CC Pounder.
Yeah.
She could threaten you and it was actually a threat. Like,
Right.
you would say something to her and then you would turn around, she'd shoot you in the back of the head. But this one, you would probably know that something's up and you could get away from her because she would start, like, acting like a psychopath.
And that's where the whole walk softly but carry a big stick comes in.
Which works for a leadership position, yes.
You actually appear more in authority if you just say, don't cross me again. And you just say it very matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't lose control. And then if the person crosses you again, then you take action.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you act crazy and you act you lose your emotional control, you're not really... As they say, if you can't control your own emotions, how are you going to control the team?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to be a leader?
Exactly, yes.
The first person you need to control is yourself. I don't know. I'm on a lot of positive thinking websites, and that's what they say. If you have self-control, then you can then you can control everything else in your life.
Correct.
So, that's a huge character flaw right there, and the fact that the women writing it don't see it as a character flaw really shows that they have some... they should really go to therapy for being narcissists themselves or having some kind of psychological disorder or being abusive.
Yeah.
Because it feels like they're abusive people themselves, probably.
The thing is, like, if this wasn't connected to Arkham, this would be a nothing burger. Like, no one... Like, a lot of people actually would probably be on their side. But the thing is, because they... Nobody is talking about the disrespect really to Superman and Flash and Green Lantern because these are characters that nobody has ever met before. Like, literally them being bad guys, it's our first introduction to the characters. And when people died in the Injustice game, nobody cared because it was the brand new universe. Like, it took a while to establish those characters between two games, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why people are so angry, and rightfully so, is because this was a 15-year-old franchise that had multiple generations of gamers that loved it. Whether you loved it casually or hardcore or whatever. So when they go through and out of all the stuff that they do, the most disrespectful stuff they do is all towards the Batman character. Even Kevin's dialogue when he's evil and he's like, ordering people around, they have him say some of the most, like, stupid stuff ever that was never in his character, even as a bad guy. If he was a bad guy, he wouldn't talk that much. Like, Batman in the Suicide Squad talks more than he did in the entire Batman game. Like, he has more dialogue of him just talking to his soldiers than he ever did hold conversations with Oracle. Every once in a while, we'd hear Batman do monologues in his head and stuff playing the games, but he was mostly a silent protagonist who would interact with people when they interacted with him. Yeah. He is constantly on the phone with people, like a teenage girl talking to people as a villain. Like, I did this thing nefarious, or Floyd Lawton, he has this problem because blah, blah, blah. But, same thing with Harley. He's profiling her all the time. He's constantly on the phone talking to the aliens. I'm serious, though. He never did that in the Arkham games, though. He was very quiet. Here he is in a Predator map. Is he constantly talking and taunting people? No!
He should call Robin on the phone. Hey, Robin, I just took this guy out and punched him in the neck.
Yeah. No, it's like he's calling Brainiac. Brainiac, I'm just letting you know that we just killed a bunch of civilians over by the bridge. It was fun to watch them squeal. Yes, I understand. Yes. Oh, really? Okay. Yes, I'm coming back to base. Yes, Lantern is doing this. Of course. Yes, my lord. Then 5 minutes later, you're running around the map, and he's like, Brainiac, we have found something else. It appears that the Suicide Squad is now owned by Amanda Waller. I remember Amanda Waller. And you're like, okay, Batman, just shut up. And then Lois Lane says something, and then Batman comes on again, and he's like, Lois, I'm just letting you know I'm tracking your location.
Oh my god.
I'll see you soon, Lois.
You know what would be more interesting is, like, like, Luke, remember when we played that game, what is it? What is the game where you play as an evil apprentice of Darth Vader? Not Shadows of the Empire.
Force Awakens.
Yeah,
the Force Unleashed.
Force Unleashed. And you know when Darth Vader is about to come in? Mm-hmm. And he doesn't say anything. Mm-hmm. You just hear the music, and it's so loud, and it's so, like, the music is coming towards you, and and then he appears, and he's just got his lightsaber about to kill you. Like, that's what it should be.
Wait,
like.
Are you talking about the new games or the older ones?
The older one that we played, in the old Force.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it should be like with Batman. You should just hear the music getting louder and louder.
Oh, that would have been cooler.
And then when he comes, he's just right in your face without saying anything. He just kills you.
What I was expecting when you're doing the Predator map in Suicide Squad, like when he's chasing you, just based on his mannerisms later in the game and how much of he acts like a goofball, I was just waiting for Kevin to do his evil laugh as he's chasing you, like ha 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 ha.
It sounds like a script.
Like he's trying to do like a Shakespearean villain. But I'm serious, go back and play the game, and as you're free roaming in the environment and you don't kill Batman and confront him in the Batcave, he is constantly yapping on the phone to either Brainiac or Green Lantern. It's almost like they're having a girl sleepover party where they're on the phone just talking all the time.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it because it's like, I'm not talking much when I'm playing it because, I mean, I don't really have much to say. I don't really like the game. And so I'm hearing all this dialogue as I'm going. I actually do. I pointed out right after killing Green Lantern, I point out that, wow, Batman actually talks a lot in this game about nothing of substance.
He must really like Brain. He's so lonely. For a guy who lives alone in a bat cave and he never talks to anyone, he's alone because he misses Alfred. That's what is about.
Well, he probably killed all his bat family.
He's so lonely. He's like, hey, what are you doing, Brainiac? You want to have movie night?
I understand, Brainiac. Don't kill the Flash. Yes, I'm bringing him in. He will become evil like us. Yes.
He's so lonely.
Exiting out now.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, definitely Ninetales says Amanda Waller just tries to keep anyone. Yeah, but she kind of fails horribly because if there's a global threat, what are you gonna do? You killed the Justice League, you're screwed. Yeah, definitely. Why do they want to kill them? They should try to bring them in and unbrainwash them. They have weird facilities. Why would they? She has weird underground facilities. They could keep them in. Why would you kill them? That's so stupid. I agree, Yoshi. I don't understand why they would kill them. It's just dumb.
It's just the point of the game. They want to kill the Justice League, but did it
stupid.
have to be the Arkham Justice League? No. No, it didn't.
Luke and Amber, it should have been Reverse Flash, Sinestro, Deathstroke, and Bizarro. Because that would make more sense taking down them.
One of the stupidest
That
things
would
I
be
remember.
interesting, Silver Surge.
So here's another out of character thing. So you've just been given your new vehicle in the Suicide Squad, right? And it's made by Gizmo. And you find out Batman's doing all this stuff, like he's the general of the army. But he has enough time to go and examine the vehicle that you were flying around in that's poorly made. And he contacts the Suicide Squad and he's like, "Ah, I see Gizmo made you a vehicle. It was poorly made. I looked it over myself and looked at the schematics. You're essentially driving in a death machine. You are going to die, Suicide Squad. You know this, right?" And it's like, why in the world is he calling him to do all this stuff? It's like, he's not making himself a scary villain at all.
You should put that clip in from 13 going on 30 where she's like, I know. She's like, oh yeah, and after that we're gonna have candy and then we're gonna have a party. And she's like, that's fine. You don't need to give me a play-by-play. Because it's like he's telling him, why would he tell him everything he's doing? That just sounds like a really... I feel like the next thing Batman's gonna say is, welcome to die.
Oh my gosh.
Like it's a really old, like... I don't know, arcade or NES like game where he's just saying random dialogue that doesn't make any sense. Ha 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 ha! I have defeated you. Ha 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 ha! Welcome to die.
Ha 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 ha! We have turned the Flash. He is now evil. He wants to prove himself, Brainiac. Yes, he gives exposition the whole time. That would be like if you're playing the Arkham game and it'd be like, yes, Oracle, I now need to go to this place. Because Scarecrow is a cowardly villain, and I need to put him in his place. Yes, Robin is fine. You don't need to worry about it. What has happened? Oracle calls in the games, and Batman does what? And then Oracle's like, blah, 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 and he's like, understood. And then she says something else, and he's like,
he's a villain.
Your father's fine.
He's a villain from He's a villain if there was an evil Batman in 1960s Adam West show.
What I wanted in the game, if he's gonna be evil, he says one thing about the Riddler, but like he could have like hacked Riddler's comms and just been like, "Hey, Nigma, you suck," or something. You know, it would have been interesting to hear him actually like taunt the Riddler because he's evil now. Like, I held back before, Nigma. Now I'm going to snap you like a twig, and I've always been smarter than you. Ha 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 ha. But he doesn't do any of that.
Why is he laughing?
It's like
Does he actually laugh in the game?
I think he laughs when
God.
you fight him in Nightmare Batman or whatever later, but I haven't watched the actual boss fight, so I don't know, because I didn't want to be spoiled. Like, I had a lot of the game spoiled for me by, like, the 28th. So I've seen, like, I started covering the game on the 29th. And that's when a lot of episodes got all messed up.
Yeah, it's not scary. That's the problem, is the music should say, like, they should have had a musical theme to say when, like, the villains were nearby. Like Jaws, where Jaws is coming near you, and it's, like, it gets faster and faster until you're freaking out. They did a better job with the being scary in that aquarium we went to than in this game.
Where is this guy? Did he take a hostage?
Only one of you left. You are even more stupid.
Is there a hostage in this thing? Like, I've been waiting for the dude to show up. I'm almost done to complete the mission. Is there... Yeah. He took a hostage!
Oh, wow. How are you gonna do that?
How am I gonna do that? He took a... Oh, gosh.
Yeah, they should have... If they wanted a good villain that looked cool, they should have done Force Unleashed. They should have taken that as a cue.
Yeah.
That was excellent. Ninetales says that was such a great game. It was. They knew how to make that game scary.
I'm supposed to get a free medal.
I actually screamed so loud when Darth Vader appeared randomly there. That was
See?
scary.
Free medal. Free medal. Free medal.
They knew how to make the game scary.
Yeah.
It should have... I thought... Honestly, I think I was in that episode with you with the Batman Predator room, and it wasn't as scary unless I was watching it later.
You were there.
Yeah,
like everybody, I saw all these content creators like when the squad is, and you could tell they're faking it, but they're walking in the museum.
That scary though.
And Amber and I never saw. Here's the thing, Amber and I have never seen all the trailers and all the stuff where Batman is like going after the squad and all the alpha footage. We've never seen that. So our reaction, we're sitting here and Batman is like just going through and picking off the squad, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, man, I don't know what's going on." Amber and I are just sitting here chatting. It's like none of the jump scares bothered us.
And I was screaming at Five Nights at Freddy's, and that's like a bear. They should take some cues from Five Nights at Freddy's and do that.
It was cool, but like all these content creators, when they posted their content, they're like, horror Batman moment. They're playing it up like, oh my gosh, what's happening? Batman's gonna come after us, guys. Oh my gosh. Ah! And it's
they
like
have to make it.
But
they have to make up for the lack of scariness. In
it wasn't that scary. It was cool to get a rendition of the Arkham theme in that. There was like a brand new arrangement of the composition for the Arkham games compiled into one theme and made evil. That was cool.
I think it would have been cooler if you saw his face right in front of you, like he was about to kill you.
Yeah, I
think that would have been cool.
It's so dark in there that you don't actually see his face. Like he does inverted takedowns. He uses explosions to take you down. I actually lasted a lot longer than most of the content creators like playing that map. Like I'm just walking around with my flashlight. I see Batman has stuff on the ground. I shoot it. I see Batman hiding in a grate. I go the other way. The only time that Batman ever took me down is when I opened the doors. But I went back and I watched other people's videos, and they got beaten by Batman in like 1 minute. I'm exploring, because I'm thinking, because Arkham Video told me, he says, you have to pay attention in the museum because there's a lot of Arkham history there. So I'm like, oh, I'm just going to avoid Batman, and I'm going to look at all the stuff in the museum.
We were just hanging out in the museum.
hanging out in the museum as Batman's coming after us.
We were just talking about stuff. We're like, oh, this is referencing this. And we were just like, oh, yeah, I wasn't scared at all. It was just like, oh, your character randomly fell down. It was like if you were just like mopping your floor and the broom fell down. Oops, well, I guess I'll get another broom. Like, it wasn't terrifying at all.
Are you looking for me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, like,
we'll kill you.
I don't know. It's just, that's why I feel like it would have been better to write the characters better in general, because it would have been nice if you cared about your characters at all. I didn't really care about any of the characters. I mean, especially Harley, because it was like you just wanted her to die. Because she was so annoying.
Well, it's not Harley's fault though, because she's written by Sweet Baby Incorporated. You know, it's not.
Yeah, but the character that they wrote, I wished would die because she was so.
But I mean, here's the thing: like, if this Harley wasn't connected to the Arkham Harley, I wouldn't really care. Like, because I've seen Harley do stupid stuff before. But the thing is, this is why it's. I mean, it's actually not hard to work in an established universe. You just have to do just a little bit of research. I don't even think, before I was joking in my video, I was like, I don't even think they did anything other than watching like a Arkham like timeline video or something like on YouTube. But now I take that back because I'm further in the game, and I really believe that the ladies writing the game didn't do an ounce of research at all. The only thing they researched was Floyd's claustrophobic stuff and like that one section in the museum. If you go through with the museum as Harley Quinn, because I've seen videos of it, like, she actually does, it's the only time in the game she'll talk about the Arkham games. But she does it in an offhanded way. Like, she's not like, even when Joker, I think when she's reminiscing about Joker being dead, she says a slight about him or something, when, like, she literally loved him. Yeah. But it's almost like it's a completely different Harley, like, looking at it from, like, oh, this Harley was obsessed with Joker, and she just doesn't have, like, she doesn't care. Because, in her mind, you know, the ex is dead, like, for this Harley, so that she doesn't have any remorse or any care for the character. He's just gone. Like, just commenting on, yeah, he turned into this giant brute, and I was waiting for Harley to say something like, because it would have been on brand for Sweet Baby, but when she's reminiscing about, like, Mutant Joker, and he was all pumped up, like, I was waiting for her to say something like, well, he was always a brute, or, you know, something like that, but she says something completely different that's not really edgy, but I thought that she was gonna like take the time, because that would have been a perfect time for the Sweet Baby writers to like really, you know, hammer that like abusive relationship and all men are toxic nonsense. But they at least handled it okay, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is strange. I mean, even if she supposedly didn't love him or whatever, like, she was still really mistreated by him, and she was in an abusive relationship with him.
Of course.
So, I mean, most people who are in that kind of relationship, it's like, they have post-traumatic stress from it for years to come. Like, you would never, like, if you would see that person again, it would actually bring back bad memories. It would be difficult for you
This is not going to be
to
pretty.
see them. Like, it would make you feel, you know,
Arkham City
stressed
is
out
gonna be the last
to
thing
see
you
them.
see.
So it would think that she would get
Yeah.
stressed out at least.
I didn't like how in the museum, you weren't there for like the Jack Ryder experience, but the only places that have like really big grandiose sets is Arkham City and Arkham Knight. Like, I was hoping that somewhere in the museum there would be like this big thing where they would play out the events of Arkham Asylum, but they don't. Arkham Asylum is condensed to just like a bunch of photographs of all the main characters, Dr. Young and Hugo Strange, or not Hugo Strange, Jeremiah Arkham, Mutant Joker, Nurse Harley. And Nurse Harley does say something about her outfit, like the nurse outfit. And one of the guys says that she looks good in her nurse outfit, and then she says something like to snap back at them. Which is, I mean, it's on brand, but yeah. I was kind of like, wow, they didn't really do much at all, like, because here you have an opportunity to have like a character who actually lived those experiences to actually give some context about how she was feeling, or you know, what she thought about any of this stuff. And
They could have said what was going through her mind.
She was in all 3 games, and she really doesn't add a lot of useful commentary when going through the museum.
Said, like, I really, you know, I really thought Joker and I were something great together, and we were gonna.
Or I miss him, or, you know, it would be, I wonder what he would think of this whole alien invasion. None of that. She doesn't do any of this. Because I think Joker would probably have thought, like, the alien invasion was funny. I also believe that when Joker comes back in the Elseworlds in March, she's barely going to interact with him at all.
Yeah, even though in the Arkham, one of the Arkham games where people with his DNA were in the game that weren't him, she was obsessed with them. Arkham Knight.
Well, that's because this Harley Quinn was in a very, like, she was in a type of relationship where she was dependent on the Joker. Like, everything that she did in the Arkham universe, the way that Paul Dini was writing the Arkham games is, unlike, you know, her animated series counterpart who was able to break away and be a solo villain and, you know, have her independence, this Harley Quinn was, like, her entire existence was connected to the Joker. So they were doing a really, like, strong codependent relationship. Like, they were really hamming it up for, like, that really R-rated, you know, vibe to it. Like, this was something dangerous, and she's completely, you know, under his thumb and all that other stuff, and she likes it. At least that's what it seems. And then when he dies, and if you go back and you go to the Harley Quinn's Revenge DLC, she has no idea what to do with her life. To the point, the only thing that she can think that will give her peace is killing Batman, and she almost succeeds.
Yeah.
She stuck him inside of that, like, death trap, which she actually mentions in the Suicide Squad. There's a callback to saying, you know, 1 ounce of research that probably somebody else did and not Sweet Baby, where she talks about placing Batman inside of a death trap.
Yeah.
Which is a callback to that. But then you go to, she's kind of getting over the events of the Harley Quinn's Revenge DLC in Arkham Knight, and she's basically a kind of mercenary for hire.
Yeah, you're talking about the animated series, the last episode that aired.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the Arkham games.
She put him in a death trap.
She put him in a death trap in Arkham. Yeah, Harley Quinn's Revenge DLC. He was in a death trap that she created.
Oh wow! So that she actually almost killed him in the animated series.
She is the closest villain in the Arkham games to almost kill Batman.
Well, the thing is about Harley is she doesn't appear it in the Suicide Squad because she uses like a lot of crass humor in the Suicide Squad, and she doesn't act sophisticated or intelligent. But before she met the Joker, she was very sophisticated and intelligent. But she also had a problem. She had character flaws, meaning she thought she was going to use the Joker for for a write-up and get famous from him. So she was using him.
Yeah, of course she was using him.
She wasn't she wasn't necessarily a moral person, but she was pretty intelligent. And she had like a classiness to her before she met him.
So the thing is, they had this opportunity to have two characters to add like kind of, you know, context to what's going on. And Lois Lane, basically what she does throughout the game is she constantly like appears, and she does stuff where she is filling in the gaps about all this stuff, and she's doing like all these profiles while she's supposed to basically be in hiding.
You are all incensed compared with I, the Riddler. Don't let that
Why is
upset
she
you, though.
doing...
Why is she constantly appearing on the radio?
Is she talking to the Suicide Squad?
No, she's just talking to, which makes it's hard for me to believe there's any survivors in Metropolis, but she's like going on the radio all the time.
Why would she be talking?
I don't
There's
know.
nobody left to talk to.
Because basically they use Lois to kind of fill in the lore of the universe. Like she'll talk about Green Lantern, she'll talk about Batman.
Who is her audience? Everyone's vaporized.
I know, it's weird.
It doesn't make any sense. Like, you would think you'd show some citizens, like, that are left.
Do I think it's weird that Lois talks about Batman more than Superman in the game? Well, I mean, everybody knows the big draw of that game is Batman. Like, he's constant. It's Kevin's longest performance as Batman because, like, I mean, literally, he can't shut up in the game. He's always talking. And you know, and he's always he's giving the player insight constantly to the point of annoyance.
They're trying to make him like he's the scariest member of the Justice League.
Yeah, they're trying to make him like he's the scariest guy out there. But I mean, it kind of like I'm not afraid of him because like he just keeps talking about random stuff. Like I'm serious, go through and play the game. After you encounter Batman in the museum, he talks non-stop when you're free roaming.
He's like a little kid. Like if you were playing like outside with like Nerf guns and there was a little kid and they were like, "You'll never find where I am." Like
no, he doesn't. He's not hiding. He stalks them.
Oh, okay.
He appears like Azrael, like watching them from afar. Like yeah, it's a blink and you miss it moment. He can come in here. I didn't know he could come in here.
Oh, this is a Joker person?
Yeah, he can come in here. I didn't know he could do that. Shoot.
Hello, I'm Paul. Luke, do you think that's weird that Lois Lane... Oh, that was Gio's question. Hello, Gio.
Ouch! Stupid snipers! Oh! Batman is basically martial law. I hate rich people, even though I am rich.
Given up and accepted that I, the Riddler, am better.
I was really waiting for their Batman to say that he hated being rich or something, but it hasn't happened yet. I'm waiting because the comic book Batman doesn't like being rich. So I'm just waiting for that type of, like, thing.
If they put Deathstroke in for DLC, I'd buy the game and play as him since Ninetales.
Yeah, the gameplay... Here's the thing. This is what sucks about the Suicide Squad game. The gameplay is actually good. Like, the whole... If you've played Sunset Overdrive, and you've played those type of, like, traversal games where you're running and shooting and, you know, doing all this really cool free-roaming stuff, that stuff works. It gets a little repetitive, like doing the same mission structure, but the gameplay is actually fun. The story is what bogs the game down. It's almost like a chain attached to its leg that is drowning the game. The constant, like, annoying, like, dialogue of Kevin Conroy's Batman taunting the Suicide Squad is so off-brand that it's just to the point of kind of like, this is dumb.
Yeah. Emily Moreno says, the problem is that in most continuities, they have Harley move past Joker, but they killed him off. So she couldn't really do that, so she should really have more mixed feelings about it.
Oh, I'm dead.
Definitely M.A. Moreno. Yeah, should have mixed feelings. Why did Harley not just kill Batman in her DLC in Arkham City? She had Batman held captive for like 2 days, says Daniel.
Exactly.
I think she didn't want to be... Because Harleen... Maybe she was trying to be... I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I really thought that maybe in this game that Harley was going to work out a deal with the U.S. government with Amanda Waller, and she was going to try to get like become a normal citizen again if she did this thing for Amanda Waller.
She doesn't even care about her freedom. She's a villain through and through in this game.
That's what I really thought she would have remorse. If she had remorse about being with the Joker, wouldn't she have remorse about all the people she killed? Maybe she could become Harleen again. That's what I really thought the game was going to be. I thought that's how she was going to be strong, because she was going to become a hero at the end or something. I thought that would have been interesting.
No. It's, unfortunately, the whole, like, Harley Quinn is now the dominant personality. Like, Harleen made a cameo in the Arkham Knight games where she's talking to Harley. But the good side of her has been completely taken over by the bad.
That's one down to you,
because I like that animated series episode
feeling.
where
I expect it will be the last.
where she tries to be a good person. I really liked that episode.
This is so irritating.
Well, I guess I can try to do some dishes or something.
What's wrong?
No, you're not irritating. I said this is irritating.
Accepted that I, the
I was
Riddler,
gonna make myself
am
some
better
salad,
than
and
you.
I don't want to use the stove because it'll bother your nose. I'll try to do the dishes and do my salad because I'm so hungry.
You can go eat.
I have to make something to eat.
Oh, and guys, just a reminder that the next stream needs it needs 40 likes in order to start the next Jiu-Jitsu episode, which the Jiu-Jitsu episode's at 15 likes, so I'm gonna need you guys to get those likes up, so I'll be able to start that, because this stream's gonna be ending in a little bit.
There was an episode of the animated series where Harley had to get in. She had to help him with something. He let her out of Arkham for something, and I forgot what happened. She tried to become a normal citizen, and she went shopping. And then she thought someone was coming after her, but in reality they were just giving her receipt, or something like that, but she thought they were coming after her and coming against her again. So she kind of thought everyone was against her again. So she kind of became a criminal again on accident, but she really did try to leave her life of crime. I really enjoyed that episode. I really wished that she would become a better person.
This room contains
but that's not how they write Harley anymore. So. Wow, these guys all have freaking armor.
You should consider yourselves nearly as intelligent as a retarded
guy she was with, Joker, if he was encouraging her to kill people, and he died. Eventually, what did she do before he was around? She didn't kill people, so you would think she might start reverting back to being a decent human being.
Wants this place kept safe.
Since he wasn't around anymore.
Oh my gosh, this is insane. This is absolutely insane.
Like, she has no motivation to kill people, though. She's sane. Joker is insane. Like, Harley isn't crazy.
I doubt you'll survive for long, Batman. A simple mistake will be all it takes.
Floyd Lawton has a motivation. He gets paid for it.
I'm gonna go up and see
He doesn't
just
even
how
get
much he
paid to be bad. I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, what's her motivation to be a criminal? It doesn't even make any sense.
Yeah, guys, I think I'm ending this because there's no way. Like, these guys are all armored.
You like playing as King Shark, but as Deadshot 100 times more Ninetales? That's awesome. Yeah, Luke likes playing as Deadshot as well.
There's no way. How the heck am I supposed to do this? There's no freaking way.
Harley's Holiday was the name of the episode.
Screw anyone else who thinks
Oh, thank you, John Doe.
There's no way. They're all armored. Like this, out of all the stuff in the Suicide Squad, this is scarier because every single one of these clowns is armored. Every single one. And I have very little moves that I can use to take these guys down without getting seen. Like, and they all have shotguns, so I'm a dead man walking.
This room will destroy you, Batman. I, Edward Nigma, have constructed a cerebral puzzle.
I can only do inverted takedowns or ledge takedowns, and
Still,
there's too
don't
many
cry.
freaking snipers.
No one will miss you.
You have to remember that you cannot sneak up behind
Care what
armored
movie
guys.
I got a score. Is that it?
The only way you can
Best you
defeat
can do.
armored guys is explosions,
Where the hell are you?
is, jeez, grappling them off ledges, if you're lucky.
Oh, this is very exciting. Who will win? Well,
Great
obviously that will
takedowns.
be me. So, who will lose first? You?
This is
or the
probably one
rats
of the
running
hardest
that
challenger
maze
maps
like
that
their
I've ever
lives
come
depend
across.
on it?
Even harder than some of the Arkham Origins ones.
He's not on that one. Where is he?
I jammed 2 of their guns, Sonic, already. You can only jam 2 guns.
Yeah, but she's not crazy. Harley isn't crazy.
She's crazy in the Arkhamverse, honey.
Oh.
They were giving the character an out in the Arkham Knight by having Harleen try to talk sense, like with the codependency relationship between Joker and Harley gone and him dead in Arkham Knight. Harleen is surfacing in her consciousness, trying to bring her back to the good side, but Harley is, you know, kind of in walking that tightrope between going back to being good and being evil. And then when she finds out that the Jokers, there's 4 new Jokers, she immediately goes back to that original relationship.
Oh,
Like her mind snaps back, and you don't hear Harleen anymore. You hear Harleen in her Gopher mission.
She didn't used to be crazy before she
This
met
is
the Joker,
really
though.
not good
He
enough,
brought her crazy
Kwings.
out. She was a narcissist.
She had stuff like she was bent a little weird.
Where's he gone? Someone tell me where he is.
Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work.
Don't you think you can hide in the dark from me?
Guys, can a Batarang knock over a armored clown or no?
No one's
Is
on
it
this
enough
one.
to push them off a ladder or something if they walk?
Mine in position. Priming now.
Who dropped a mine? I should have waited until somebody dropped a mine. Jeez.
Oh, you want to hide in the dark? Good luck. He's not on
Harleen was not in the Arkham City DLC. Harleen makes a cameo talking to Harley Quinn in her head in the Harley Quinn's DLC on Arkham Knight, when she is going to bust when she's going to bust Ivy out of the Bloodhaven Police Department.
Yeah,
She has a
Even I
cameo.
expected
It's a
more
blink and
than
you miss
this.
it moment.
Not much more, granted, but still, more intellectual prowess than you were currently
Well, that
showing.
worked.
she talks to her in her head,
Yes, she talks to her in her head. Correct.
and then Harley is
What's
confused.
wrong with you chumps? He's taking you out like your children. Man up or give up.
Well, that was useful.
Yeah, she's like the voice of reason, trying to tell her she doesn't need to do like stuff anymore like that.
You want a real fight? How about you come and try me, Batman? How's he keep doing this? What's going on? Leave him. We've got more important things to be looking out for.
Darn.
What are you all doing just standing around? Find him now!
Waiting for this guy to climb up the ladder, and then I could shoot him.
Hide in the darkness all you like.
Maybe.
I'll be able to
He's
see
not
you.
coming up.
I can't see him.
Oh, that might have been a perfect opportunity to zap him. Oh well. Well, now I know there's actually a way around this, but that's not high enough of height for him to fall and die. I mean, get KO'd. I will never look at the Arkham games the same way after seeing Batman murder all those police officers and museum curator people.
Yeah,
I
he
do not
probably
pay
could have
you
done
to
that
get
at any
nervous.
time.
I pay
of course
you
he
to
could.
provide a small
But he
distraction to a
chose
man who,
He showed
no
restraint.
challenge to me,
He showed
is so
what
far
heroism
beyond
was
what
like,
you
but I mean,
creeps
they
can
toned down the
understand,
trailer. When
and
you
is
actually
very
play the
likely to
game and you
break
see
a
the
large
Batarang
number of
sticking out of people's
bones in your
necks and stuff, it's really
bodies.
disturbing. It's like, whoa. Pretty messed
It
up.
reminds me of that
Okay,
one college humor skit where he's
They're sleeping. He has a Batarang sticking out of his neck. He's tired. Poor guy. He's all tuckered out. It's a long day. He's sleeping.
yeah, because
These are my sleepy cuffs. Yeah. So we've lived long enough for Batman to become a murderous parody. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I always wondered what would happen if you threw a battery at someone and you accidentally slipped and it hit them wrong, like.
Who's screaming? Someone get over there! You're all pathetic. He's making you look like idiots.
Well, we know we can't knock somebody out over there. I tried.
If you knock them down from the trains, it's usually high enough for them to be knocked out, if I remember correctly, says Silver Sonic.
Okay, Silver Sonic. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, it's like everything Batman did in Sacrifice was for absolutely nothing, says Sammy Bear King.
That's because they don't know how to write a satisfying conclusion. And basically, there's a parody going around with Batman's death where basically he gets shot and then it's getting taken down, but you hear somebody say, because Harley's basically talking about emotional problems, so somebody put in the emotional damage before Batman gets shot, because that's what Harley is acting like. She's like, her feelings are hurt, and that's why she kills him. So it's like, emotional damage, Batman died. But those videos are getting scrubbed because apparently Rocksteady doesn't appreciate the joke.
Why?
I think it's funny, because it's true. Yep. She's trying to make a comparison between Joker and Batman, how they both hurt people. They both emotionally hurt people.
Where the hell did he go?
Yep.
Thank you for the super chat, Impulse. With a cute Kirby profile picture.
Kawaii.
Hi. Hi, Impulse. Says, I just want to say I hope you're having a good day, and I thank you for getting me into Batman games as a kid. Thank you guys. Stay safe and healthy.
Thank you.
What's wrong with you chumps? He's
What's
taking
wrong
you
with
out
you
like you're
guys?
children. Man up
Thank you
or
so much,
give up.
Impulse. You're breathtaking. Thank you for the super
Come
chat,
on,
and thanks for the
Bat.
kind words.
Come and fight a man. Don't waste your time on these little girls.
If you could get rid of one of the games, what would it be? Gotham Knights or SSKTJL, says Daniel?
Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League does more harm because it's connected.
I would still be playing Gotham Knights right now, personally, but it's on my other Xbox, and it keeps logging me out, so I can't do it. But I was having fun playing that again. I enjoy it.
You're not to like what you like.
I enjoy playing as Batgirl and running around, and I like playing as the different characters.
Oh no.
There's some things I don't like about Gotham Knights, how there's a lot of dead air and stuff, but it's not like in my face like all the time, like the way it is with Harley and the Suicide Squad. I mean, there's some problems with Gotham Knights, but it's nothing like Suicide Squad. I would play Gotham Knights any day over Suicide Squad.
I lost. I accidentally took down the guy who had the so I've already lost anyway. I can't get 3 medals. This is my last try. So I already messed up. There's either I can quit now or I could just finish the map as is. But this is bad. This is very bad. I messed up royally. I'm so upset with myself.
Oh my god, Sammy Bear King says, I would put a mod in and have Tobey Maguire saying, after she says her problem with Batman, saying, I missed the part where that's my problem.
Yeah.
To Harley, and I'm gonna put some dirt in your eyes.
Darn.
That's funny, Sammy.
It's so annoying. I had everything. I messed up so bad. I couldn't. The problem is, like, I found a way of actually defeating these guys pretty relatively easily. And what happened was, from far away, it looked like I was shooting a clown. And it was the guy with the antenna. So no matter what I do, even if I clear this map, I still lose. And I'm on my last retry, so I royally screwed up. Very upset. So... Yep. So, I don't know. Yeah, I can't get 3 anyway. I can't get 3 anyway. So, I'm done. I'm done. I quit. Because I couldn't do it anyway, because I already took down the person I needed to take down.
Oh, you completed phase 1 of your streaming setup, Joseph West?
That's
awesome.
right. That's right, Flaming. I hit the wrong guy. I took down the radar dude, and there was no reason to continue because it would take like 10 more minutes to finish that map anyway. So anyway, guys and gals, that's it. That's all. Jutsu is next. Jujitsu. I just said it wrong. Head on over there. Remember, the stream won't start unless it gets 40 likes. Thank you guys so much for the 75 gifted memberships. I have no idea what to say. You guys are amazing. The channel really needed the help this month because February is a low month. So
yeah, thank you again, Alex, for 70 gifted memberships, and then and thank you, Tarks9, for the very generous super chat. Unbelievable. Thank you both for all your generosity, and thank you for all the super chats today and highlighted messages.
So you guys will get to vote on the next stream for 11 o'clock unless I hear from an ultimate. But Jiu-Jitsu is next. There will be another Arkham stream tomorrow as we try to continue to complete 100% in Arkham City. Because there's still no way of completing Arkham Knight on the Switch. But you guys, it was fun hanging out, and I will see you on the Jiu-Jitsu stream. Remember, 40 likes is required to start. The link is going to go in the description now. And then I will see you guys over on that stream, hopefully in a little bit. The faster we get the likes, the faster I'm able to start that stream. Alright guys, God bless, happy gaming. Thanks so much for watching. See you in a bit.